Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Men deal with bad women by choice. This podcast is sponsored by X-Wolf Testosterone Builder. Gentlemen, are you struggling in the body, sex, or mental game? Need to keep pace with multiple women? There is an answer for you. X Labs presents a proven line of products to help in those areas. Our X-Wolf Testosterone Booster aids in intense workouts in the gym and in the bedroom. Increased blood flow and a heightened libido are just a few of the many benefits. X-Wolf contains all natural ingredients that have been used in Eastern medicine for centuries. All products come with a 30-day free trial and free standard shipping. Use code ROM10 for an additional 10% off through February 1st. Click the link below in the description box to find out more. Quantities are limited. Make a select choice, unleash your inner wolf, and lead the pack today. Now, what do I mean when I say men deal with bad women by choice, right? Well, you know what? Because I know I've had some detractors on here, and one of the things that got back to me is that, and this has been constant, like, Rom don't talk about, like, the fuckery of some of these women out here, right? Yeah, you're right, I don't. One simple reason. I don't deal with it. I do not deal with it. You know what? See, understand something. When these guys, different men out here dealing with women trying to run game on them, women trying to play them, using them, cursing them out, putting them down, disrespecting them. There's one thing and one thing that every single situation has. A man has a choice whether or not he wants to stay there. You know what? I haven't seen too many cases, or very extremely rare, where a woman holding a gun to a man and forcing him to deal with her. Now, that's happened. It's rare, but not recently. It's rare to the point it's almost like you got a better chance of being struck by lightning and then winning the lottery the same day. And then meeting the love of your life all on that day. You have a better chance of that, having all three of those things happen to you, plus some other things, than actually a woman just taking a gun to you and forcing you to deal with her. Understand something. Men have a choice. All men have a choice. Even when I talk about women choosing the men, like I said, and I've been on this late because a lot of guys don't get that. Choosing just means she's open for you. She's interested in you. She can come up to you and say, hey, I like you and all of that. And she could come up to you butt naked and stuff, but a man still have a choice whether or not he wants to deal with her. And I've said that. I've written that. I wrote that. That was in my book, Meeting Attractive Women. I got that in the appendix. I was like, hey, a man still got the choice and the power. So if a man has a choice of which woman he's dealing with, why is he dealing with a knucklehead? And surely he sees she's a knucklehead. And even for the sex thing, because a lot of dudes, one of the things that a lot of dudes will deal with that bad woman because she might be one of the few or only ones or whatever that's giving them some sex, or that she's just that attractive, and he's saying, well, I'm going to put up with it. Even then, there's a choice in the matter. Yeah, it's like, you don't have to deal with her. She ain't holding a gun in. You got the power. That's why, like I said, that's why I don't be on here talking about all these bad women and all of that. I'm like, you see she bad, walk away. That's how you solve it. You don't have to try to force them. You got some guys with the mindset of trying to force them to behave, force a woman to be. It's like, nah. It's easier to find the good ones. You got men on here complaining about, well, these women overweight or these women single mothers. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I actually sat down and thought about it one time. I could probably put 100 women who don't have, like, in decent shape, if you're going to use that mythical number scale, at least at minimum a 6, who don't have kids. And some of them going into their 40s, they don't have children. There's a whole lot of women out there. Because you have a choice. You have to focus on that. Remember, like everything that's happening, every single man, regardless of what's happening, you got to say, well, why am I here? In fact, there was a movie that came out back in 2005. It's called Diary of a Tired Black Man. And that was a popular movie. That sprung a lot of stuff. In fact, I think it turned a lot of the gender conversations, particularly in the black community, around. It was like the Empire Strikes Back. It was like, we tired of this crap. We're going to stay outside. But there was a scene where the main character, I can't remember his character's name, but he was looking at this woman, and like his wife was giving him hell. She was giving him hell, but then he sat down and said, well, you know what? I put myself in this situation because she was attractive and everything. It was like, nah, you don't have to. Shoot, with that woman, first of all, very few men going to deal with a woman physically bigger than them. And most of these women, 99.9% of women ain't going to hold a gun to you or blackmail you or anything. They can't, because you got a choice. You can look at her as soon as, like, a man can have zero tolerance. As soon as she starts showing some fuckery, some crazy shit, you can be like, gotta go. Gotta go. You know? But the man makes a choice to stay there. He makes a choice. And part of that choice is he can't control his motherfucking dick. Because otherwise, like I said, she ain't most of shit. Overwhelming majority ain't holding a gun to you or blackmailing you or forcing you. No, you want that nanny. You want to hit that shit. So you dealing with it and you putting up with it. You don't think you can do better, so you going to put up with it. Instead of like saying, hold up. First of all, looking in the mirror, loving yourself, understanding what you bringing to the table. Understanding that you can control that wand. Shit. You got control over it. That's when you need to be like, boom. Like I remember this woman I was talking with. Nice woman. I remember I called her, but she had some dude over her place, right? And, you know, and I said, and I was the one, I was like, and she said, well, yeah, I got that. Oh, I was like, oh, my bad. You know, I'll call back later because we weren't messing around. I'll call back later. I don't want to be disrespectful. Anything like, she said, oh, no, that's all right. So she just kept talking. But then about a minute later, she said, oh, wait, I got to get off the phone now. He's putting on his coat and leaving. I was like, you know, I was like, go ahead and handle it. But to myself, I was like, yeah, bro, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. He ain't sit there, you know, and be like, listen to her talk to some other man. He was like, nah, zero tolerance for that. And I respected him. Because like I said, me and this woman we were at a distance. She was in another state, you know, so I wasn't trying to get with her. You know, we were just talking. We were just at that talking thing. And I didn't realize she had another dude trying to holler. So I was like, all right, yeah. You know? So he made that choice. He said, nah. Because every single look, that's one thing guys have to understand. It's still your choice who you want to deal with. Whether she choose you or not, you can choose back. You make the decision whether you want it. Like she can be handing it to you. And you know, podcast the other day I was talking about that. But even in those situations, you know, I was still making a decision. Only thing it did just made me lazy about chasing, but other than that, I ain't mess with any knuckleheads. They came up, I saw like bad or knucklehead or problematic, boom. And I will say this, even in life, even in breakups, everything, I ain't have anything major happen. Because always when I was dealing with a woman, she had to have something going on for her. She had to bring some type of asset. Something. She had to bring something to the table. And I don't care. And they would, trust me, and there were some ones, they were handing it blatantly, but I just look at them like, nah, nah, girl. Or they do something, I was like, nah, she gonna be an issue. You know? And men got responsibility for that. You know? And I know some people might hear this and feel like, oh, I get mad and complain about it. It's like, just don't mess with them. Don't mess with a knucklehead woman. You know? You set the tone right there, remember. Part of why she going to you anyway, she looking for that leader. Even when women do a shit test, They really trying to see if you the man that you trying to be, or you saying that you are. You gotta put your foot down and say, nah, this how it's gonna be. And if she like, all right, well, the best with you is like, oh yeah, just close the door on your way out. Seriously. Now, if you decide to mess with some woman, then you already see she's on some knucklehead shit. You already see she's a bad woman. Well, shit, that's on you. That's on you, fam. That's on you. You got here zero tolerance for it. Don't worry about what she gonna do or say or whatever. That's you, dog. So anyway, don't make that choice not to deal with that bullshit. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to you later. Peace.